Hey everybody, it's been a while since I posted. We've got a little bit of a cooking show for you today. One of my favorite actresses posted this morning to Instagram, her little 3-year-old boy telling her, Mom, you're not a very good cook, but I love you, but you're just not a very good cook. And it made me giggle, and it made me think about the times when I would post some cooking videos, so I thought I would go back to that. Welcome to my new kitchen. So today I'm going to post, I prepare lunches in advance for me. You know how it is when you're a mom and you're really busy, and sometimes you just think, I don't have time, and you drive through the drive-through, and then you eat crap, and then you feel like crap for the rest of the day. So when you pre-make your lunches, it helps. So sometimes I make them where each little box is a lunch, and I just grab it, heat it up. And we do, I'll do like shrimp or turkey burgers for the protein, and then some green beans or cauliflower, sweet potatoes, peas, something like that for the vegetable. And then I'll do like a sweet potato or some rice pilaf or some pasta, something like that for the carb. And it helps me a lot to keep my eating under control. The goal, of course, being healthy, not necessarily skinny or weight loss or anything like that. So today I want to tell you about one of my favorite vegetables that I make for these lunches, and that's sauteed green beans. So you can see behind me, I make this in a cast iron skillet. What I have here is bacon, and I'm just rendering some of the fat before I throw in a little bit of onion. These are yellow onions, and they are huge, humongous, and they smell fabulous. I wasn't kidding. I mean, bigger than a softball big. So I'm not going to be using all this onion because that's entirely too much for this few amount of green beans, because I've only got about 8 cups of green beans here. These are fresh green beans. I snapped them this morning. I did not snap them in half, okay? If you want them smaller, snap them in half or in thirds or whatever it is you like. This is your lunch. Make it how you like it. If you don't like bacon, you could use prosciutto or ham or turkey bacon. You can use whatever you want and make it your own, because that's what eating is all about. So I'm rendering some of the fat out of the bacon in this fabulous cast iron skillet. Now the reason I like to use cast iron for this is that it gives great color to the onion and the bacon, and it gives a great flavor to the green beans. Sometimes I'll start off with just a little bit of oil. If you don't have a well-seasoned cast iron skillet, it just keeps things from sticking. So I'm going to use about this much onion. There you go. So you can see, I mean, you saw how full the bowl was. It's still pretty full. I will be using that later for some of the other dishes that I'm cooking that I'll record for you and post later on. But for now, we're going to work on green beans. So you basically just coat your onion in the fat, okay? If you're not using a fatty meat like bacon and you still want to coat in fat, you can use butter, you can use olive oil. I don't recommend extra virgin olive oil because it doesn't have quite as high a heat point and you might end up burning it. It doesn't taste very good that way. Canola oil, vegetable oil, whatever your fat of choice is. Grapeseed oil, avocado oil is great in this if you have some. Whatever fat is your preferred fat. You're going to want a little bit of fat because it's going to flavor your green beans. When I make these sauteed with the onion and the bacon, you don't really need a whole lot of seasoning. So I'll use some seasoned salt, and I will use a little bit of pepper and maybe a little garlic powder, and that's it. I mean, it's easy peasy, very, very simple. Even a non-cook can cook these green beans. Now you see on my cast iron here that I've got this. That's a skillet handle cover. Lodge produces those. You can get them from all sorts of makers. I think I got this one on Amazon. I don't even know if this one is from Lodge. I have several from Lodge. There are days when I'm cooking big meals and you can see bunches of cast iron skillets with one on them. I've got 4 or 5. So, you know, I use them quite a lot. They come in silicone as well. This one is cotton. But they come in silicone as well, and so if you like silicone, that's the way to go. I use those because I have a tendency to forget that I'm cooking in cast iron, and so it'll be hot, and I'll grab it and then have a hand burnt up from cast iron, and that's not good. So there you have that. Now, green beans are pretty simple, really, once they're done. I mean, once this is done and the onions kind of get that see-through look to it, you know what I mean? They kind of go see-through. Right now, they're still pretty white, but eventually they'll go kind of glossy. And what we'll do is we'll just add the green beans and we'll season it up and then we'll cover it. Once you cover it, you cook it down until the green beans are as soft as you want them. If you like them a little crunchier, don't cook them as long. If you like them a little softer, cook them a little longer. I kind of like them right there that we would refer to pasta as al dente. It's that same thing, kind of with a little bit of bite to the tooth. That's how I like my green beans, so that's how I cook them. They get a great color, they get a great flavor with the bacon, and I think you'll be surprised at how simple this really is. I'm a pretty good cook. I've learned a lot over 21 years of marriage, but I don't do anything that's difficult because I just don't have time for long, drawn-out cooking episodes. Most of the time, if it's long and drawn out, it's because I'm cooking for a week or for a weekend for 100 people like I did last weekend. So you can hear it if you listen. I don't know if you can hear it. I had to turn off the fan. It's got this great sizzle. That's what I like about cast iron. It's a fabulous sizzle. And those onions are starting to cook down. They're starting to lose some of that color, which is what you want. Now, if you like your onions crunchy, don't cook them as much or throw them in at the end. I personally don't eat crunchy onions. I like them nice and soft and very well cooked. And I do that on purpose. Now I'm going to turn the fan back on. Cooking with a fan is very important. It keeps, especially in this room, because it's a great big room. I'll turn the camera in a minute so you can see. It's kind of messy because we've just come back from an event. But in a big room like this, it sucks all of that humidity out. It sucks all of the steam out and some of the fat as well. So the fan is important when you're cooking. So let me see if I can, there's a kid turning so that you can't see her. Let's see if I can figure out how to turn this thing. It's been a while. So it's just one big room. All right, Abigail, you're safe.
Makeup, I have to do on my hair.
It's just one big room. It's why it's so important that we use the fan. Let me make sure you're, oh, and look, I got it right back to perfect. That's awesome. Okay, so the onions are beginning to lose their color. They're even starting to stick just a little bit. But as this bacon continues to cook, of course, we'll get some more fat. I actually add a little bit of water when I cook the green beans. And the reason that I add the water, after I add the green beans to the pan, and I'll season them up and stir them up real good, get them all mixed into that fat real good, and then I'll add a little bit of water and I'll cover them. The water will help steam the green beans, which just cooks them all the way through, rather than trying to saute them down where the onions would burn if you tried to saute them down. So what I'm going to do is, as soon as the onions are done, I'm going to add the green beans, season it up, and then add a little water and cover it. It's not even very much water, really. I just used my bacon bowl where I had cut up the bacon and added a little bit of water to it. It's not a very big bowl. And then I'll just add as much as I need. So now that these onions are cooked down pretty good, I don't know if you can see that, but so what I'm going to do now is add all the green beans. Kind of get them down in the pan. It's a lot of green beans, but green beans are a little bit like spinach. They cook down really, really small compared to how they start. So, you know, you don't need a great big skillet. You just need to be patient. This is my salt and pepper mix, and it's literally just salt and pepper shaken up. And I will add that. And then, of course, the seasoned salt, because that's one of my favorite seasonings to use in my kitchen. And then I'll stir. stirring just sort of mixes in the seasonings so that it gets everywhere. Add a little bit of water and cover. When these green beans are done, I will grab a snapshot of them and I will add them to the comments in this video so that you can see what they look like when they're done. Thanks for visiting me in my kitchen and happy cooking, everybody. Bye.